Who is the best player for the AL East Season 2 Team Affinity? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Hopeful Chewbacca back at the Church of Chewbacca, and in this video, we're going to give an in-depth Chewy review of all 5 of the cards for the Season 2 Team Affinity. He's going to rate the 1 through 5 Chewies, and at the end of the video, I'll let you know who I think is the best card out of the 5. If you watch the video that I did for the Season 2 Team Affinities when I did the entire overview and how to accomplish them, the best way to go about that, you might already know who I think is the best card in the AL East. However, we're going to give them in-depth true reviews, and I'm sorry this video was a little bit longer in schedule than it should have been. I was traveling a bunch for softball the last couple weekends, but we're going to do it now. I'm going to knock out all 6 of the divisions within the next couple of days here, hopefully before the weekend. Let's get into it. Cal Ripken Jr. It's hard to believe that this card was made 30 years ago, as in the Topps 40th anniversary card that is this Cal Ripken when he played shortstop still in Major League Baseball in 1991. It's his all-star card. He's 94 overall. He's right-handed batting and right-handed throwing. He has no secondary positions because he had not yet played third base in his career until he got a little bit older. He's 6'4", 220 pounds. I think that Cal Ripken has one of the better swings in the game and always has, at least for me personally. I know some guys struggle with him a little bit whenever they're trying to hit. However, for me, Cal Ripken has always been a very good swing. I like the way that he breaks through the plane. He always hits line drives and home runs for me. Looking at his attributes, he has 92 contact versus righty, 108 contact versus lefty, 65 power versus righty, 90 power versus lefty, 104 vision, 58 discipline, and 92 clutch. Typical Cal Ripken card, he's going to crush left-handed pitching at the 108 contact and 90 power. Against righties, he's never a great power guy. His contact in this card, though, is relatively high at 92 overall, though. The 104 vision is very nice. He's going to have a nice big outer PCI. Looking at his fielding, this is where the Cal Ripken is always going to shine, as he was a defensive monster. 91 fielding, 95 arm strength, 91 arm accuracy, 83 reaction with 56 speed, 21 stealing, and 14 base running aggressiveness. So he's never the fastest player, but he is very rangy, especially with his 6'4" build. He has great fielding, great arm strength. He's going to be able to make the throws deep in the hole. Unfortunately, without having that third base secondary, he worries me a little bit. The hitting attributes are good against lefties. I don't know if he's even close to the best shortstop in his division, let alone in the Season 2 Team Affinities, and I really think that affects this Cal Ripken. I'm going to give him 4 Chewies. I like Cal Ripken a lot. I'll probably try him out a little bit. However, I do think there are better options at shortstop that you can't have in the Season 2 Team Affinities. I do think he's a pretty good card, especially if you want to platoon him against lefties. Either way, I think 4 Chewies is a very fair rating for Cal Ripken Jr. here. Jimmy Fox. The 93 overall Jimmy Fox played for the Boston Red Sox. It's his 1940 veteran card. And he's a first baseman as his primary position. He can also play catcher and third base. He's right-handed throwing, right-handed batting, 6 foot tall, 190 pounds. The biggest knock on the Jimmy Fox has always been his defense isn't great. However, he always seems to be the best catcher every year. However, I think we're probably going to have to wait for his 99 overall card for it to be the best catching option this year. The 93 card is not bad. Let's take a look at his attributes. 75 contact versus righty, 116 contact versus lefty, 92 power versus righty, 105 power versus lefty with 82 vision, 113 discipline, and 72 clutch. So he's going to crush left-handed pitching just like the Cal Ripken Jr. did. He's going to have a good amount of power against righties, though, at 92, even though he only has 75 contact. The vision is above average for sure. As I've already stated in the intro of going over the Jimmy Fox years, his fielding is never top-notch. 62 fielding, 64 arm strength, 58 arm accuracy, 55 reaction with 50 speed, 12 stealing, and 22 base running aggressiveness. So as a catcher, he's never going to be great defensively, but he always seems to get the job done for the most part. He has a phenomenal swing. I really just think that if you want to have Jimmy Fox, you should maybe wait for his 99 overall, because that'll probably be the best catching option. Right now, he's kind of like the 4th or 5th best catcher in my opinion. However, he is still a nasty first baseman and third baseman. He can come off with a lot of power off the bench. I'm going to give this Jimmy Fox because he has such a great swing and such versatility to play both the corners as well as catcher. I'm going to give him 4.5 Chewies because of the great power and the fact of his versatility, but I really do think his 99 overall is going to be something special. I don't think this card's really that great. I think it's a lower end 4.5 chewies, but I have to give him 4.5 chewies because he does have such versatility and he becomes one of the best power hitting catchers in the game. Lou Gehrig. The representative of the New York Yankees in this AL East here is Lou Gehrig. It's his 1928 postseason card. He's 95 overall. He's left-handed batting, left-handed throwing, can only play first base. He's 6 foot tall, 200 pounds. Looking at his attributes, he's a max contact versus righty at 125, 72 contact versus lefty, 84 power versus righty, 73 power versus lefty with 94 vision, 98 discipline, 125 clutch. So Lou Gehrig doesn't have that great power that we're used to. He has great contact against righties, and he's going to hit righties pretty well, but I do think there's better options. I'd probably go with the Jason Giambi, and that's even a New York Yankees card, that 85 overall for a platoon guy before I go with this Lou Gehrig. His fielding also isn't that great. It's 69 fielding, 66 arm strength, 60 arm accuracy, 67 reaction with 61 speed. Honestly, this Lou Gehrig's very disappointing, and I do think he has a pretty decent swing, but I'm actually going to give him 3.5 chewies. I think for a first baseman only player, I don't think he's that great. I think there's a lot of better options. I go with the Jimmy Fox before I went Lou Gehrig, hands down. I'm going to give him the 3.5 chewies. Maybe it's a little bit harsh. You guys let me know in the comments down below. But this Lou Gehrig is very disappointing, especially with all the options you could have for Yankees. You go with this 95 overall Lou Gehrig. Very, very disappointed. Shane McClanahan. The 93 overall McClanahan has a lot of upside potential in real life. The starting pitcher for the Tampa Bay Rays. He's left-handed throwing, left-handed batting. He throws a four-seam fastball, curveball, slider, and changeup. As you can see, he's only 22 years old, so he does have a lot of upside in real life. He came out pretty hot in his first couple starts this season as a rookie. Like I said, I do think he has a lot of potential. He's just not quite there yet. But looking at this Future Stars card of his, you can see his four-seam fastball goes 98 miles an hour, then an 84-mile-per-hour curveball, an 88 slider, and an 88 changeup. The fact that the slider and changeup go the same speed is actually pretty impressive, and I think he can throw off some hitters, to be honest with you. Looking at his pitch control, he has 89 on the four-seam fastball, 81 on the curveball, 79 on the slider, and 72 on the changeup. So it's a little bit concerning, though, that the slider and the changeup don't have the best control. Looking at his break, he has a nasty curveball at the 94 break, and it was in the 80s for the pitch control, if I'm not mistaken. Then he has 87 pitch break for the four-seam fastball, 90 on the slider, and 83 on the changeup. So he has a lot of movement on his pitches. He does throw relatively hard. He does not have outlier one for his quirks, as you can see. So he does throw 98 miles an hour. He'll probably reach 99, maybe tip off at 100, but he's not going to throw that 102 with outlier one. Looking at his attributes, he has 94 stamina, 95 hits per nine, 100 K per nine, 69 base on balls per nine, 74 home run per nine, 96 pitching clutch, 80 control, 92 velocity, 94 break. The McClanahan, just like in real life, has a lot of upside and potential as a pitcher, especially if you get him to the fifth parallel, because if you get him to that super refractor, he can get up to 100 hits per nine, which is a very good number for a starting pitcher, and you'll have 105 K per nine as well as 99 stamina. So for a lower end diamond, in the sense of in the low 90s, I think he's a very good starting pitcher, and he's pretty easy to throw with. I'm going to give him a solid 4 chewies. I don't think he's a top tier Future Stars pitcher that you have options for in this Season 2 Team Affinity, but I do think he is sufficient. There's another lefty that's for sure better than him, as well as maybe one or two righties that are better pitchers than he is in these Season 2 Team Affinities. So the McClanahan right here, 4 chewies, a solid 4 chewies, but he's not like super dominant to where you have to have him. I think there's better options for pitchers. I don't know if he'd make your starting rotation, even if you took all of the Season 2 guys and only made them your starters. Either way, 4 chewies I think is a fair rating. Jordan Grosshands. The third-ranked prospect in the Blue Jays organization, Jordan Grosshands. The shortstop, he's right-handed throwing, right-handed batting, has a secondary position at third base, and this is his Future Stars card. He's 95 overall, 6'3", 205 pounds. There's a lot of hype around this kid, as well as Austin Martin. If you haven't heard that name yet, get familiar with that. Oh, by the way, Nate Pearson, their number 1 prospect for the Blue Jays. That dude throws like 102. They have a lot of talent that's in the pipeline for them, as well as they have a lot of young talent on the field right now, as you've seen with guys like Vladimir Guerrero, Bo Bichette, even Kevin Biggio, and some of the other guys are pretty decent secondary players. Maybe not superstars, but you got Vladdy right now that's absolutely tearing the cover off the ball, and he's, under 25, I think, still. Looking at this gross hands, he has 102 contact versus righty, 100 contact versus lefty, 92 power versus righty, 86 power versus lefty with 79 vision, 90 discipline, and 88 clutch. Overall, he's very well balanced against left-handed and right-handed pitching. He has very good contact at 100 plus. Then with the 92 power versus righty and 86 power versus lefty, he's going to hit the ball very hard for a shortstop. The vision isn't bad as well. Looking at his fielding, he has 82 fielding, 92 arm strength, 87 arm accuracy, 86 reaction with 70 speed, 25 stealing, and 18 base running aggressiveness. Honestly, this gross hands is one of the best cards in the entire Season 2 Team Affinities. He has a very good swing. I'm going to give him 5 Chewies. I think it's well-deserved. A very well-balanced shortstop, can also play some third base. Great arm, great reaction, as well as above-average speed for a shortstop. The good contact, he's going to hit the ball, and then if he does connect and you square it up, there's a good chance he can hit a home run. I think at the shortstop position, he's a top 5 shortstop in the game. That's why gross hands is going to get 5 Chewies from me. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about the AL East, particularly this gross hands. Do you think he's a 5 Chewie card, or do you think I'm overrating him? Would love to hear from you guys. That's going to wrap up the true reviews of the AL East for the Season 2 Team Affinities. For the higher diamonds, obviously there is a lower diamond package at 85 to 89 that you will get doing the Team Affinities. However, this is for the big boys in the AL East. I think it's all pretty obvious who I think is the best out of the 5. I got Jordan Grosshands taking the number 1 spot. Then I would have Jimmy Fox, then Shane McClanahan, Cal Ripken, then Lou Gehrig's dead last for sure. But I think Jordan Grosshands takes the cake for me out of this particular division. I think he's the best card. He's the only one that got the 5 Chewies in this division. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you and what your opinion is of the AL East. Do you think all 5 of these cards are very good? Do you think it's just Grosshands and Fox? Maybe you got a really big thing for McClanahan and you think I'm just nuts that I'm rating him only 4 Chewies. With all that said, as always, I appreciate all of your guys' support. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with any of your friends that play MLB The Show 21. You guys have a great day and be safe.